So I said, Janet, we're going to send you to the village and for the workshop. Come back and go from there. Her husband wasn't supportive of this idea. So when she came back, I said, I have a picture, an icon of the Virgin Mary. Can you make one like that? She said, well, I will try. I said, just make one. So she made one. And then, 3 months later, His Grace Bishop Basil was visiting Oklahoma. Took the icon and presented to His Grace Bishop Basil to see it. When he saw it, he blessed it and kissed it, and he said, Janet is an iconographer.
Welcome back to the Faith of Our Fathers podcast. I'm Theodore. That's Father Constantine over there, and we're going to continue tonight our series on prayer, and this is going to be a good one. This is not your traditional prayer as you would really think about it, but somebody at our parish who found her way, I guess, is probably the best way to say it. Janet Jaime was encouraged by Father to take up iconography. Father, why don't you take it from here?
Thank you, Theodore. Well, in our churches, we have various festivities during the year, some big, which involve the community at large to come to, say, the Lebanese festival or food festival or Mediterranean festival, whatever you may call it. And we encourage people who come to taste our physical food to visit our church so they can experience the spiritual food.
Mm-hmm.
And in the old church, our ladies and our men have initiated our food fest way before I came to Oklahoma City, but it was on a small scale.
Mm-hmm.
And advertisement for that too. So when people would come for the Oktoberfest, we have also tours to the church. And normally I set up a brochure. I give it to the visitors, having inquiry classes for people who are like to know more about this church.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the mid-90s, a couple came to visit, to go to eat, and then visited our church by the name of Reggie and Janet Jaime. And they joined the classes, and I get to know who they are and what they do. So one day, Reggie is an artist, and she is a sculptor. She does sculpture.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Janet, what do you do? She said, I make sculptures and I sell them. I said,
What
that's
kind of
wonderful.
sculptures? Did you ever see any of her work?
Yes. So when I visited at her home, I saw pictures were done in black pen, dots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful pictures. When I looked, I said, Janet, my dad died in 91.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a nice picture of my dad in his vestment, holding the chalice in a red color, beautiful gold red vestment.
Mhm.
I said, if I bring you that picture and you could make me one in colors instead of black and white, in colors, could you do that? She said, yes, of course. I said, can you make it large, like maybe 1.5 by
Right.
2 feet? Yeah, I could. So I got excited and I says, I would pay you for it. And after 2 months, she says, I want to show to you. When she showed me the icon, I mean, the picture of my dad, I was taken by surprise.
Really?
Just like a printed picture, similar to the one I gave.
Really?
Yeah, I said,
Do you have it still?
well, I took it and I presented as a gift to the Antiochian village.
Okay.
Because my dad he received the highest degree of being economos that
Mhm.
time. And the Metropolitan want to honor my dad. So I asked him if we can take this picture of him placed there at the village, and it is in the library. So I paid Janet. I said, Janet, I really think you should become an iconographer. She said, but I don't know
What'd she
much about
say?
iconography. I said, God will help you. We'll send you to school, the workshops at Antiochian Village. But I want you to think about that. She said, okay, Father. You know, the thing is that there's sense of obedience and respect among people who join the church, really, toward the
Mhm.
priest. They take the advice very seriously and they heed it.
Yeah.
So I said, you know, Janet, we're going to send you to the village and for the workshop. Come back and go from there. Her husband wasn't supportive of this idea. So when she came back, I said, you know, I have a picture, an icon of the Virgin Mary. Can you make one like that? She said, well, I will try. I said, just make one. So she made one. And then a 3 months later, His Grace Bishop Basil was visiting Oklahoma. Took the icon and presented to His Grace Bishop Basil to see it. When he saw it, he blessed it and kissed it, and he said, Janet is an iconographer.
Wow.
I said, that's total conversion, transformation,
Yeah.
blessing from the bishop. In my heart, I knew then she would be something special. And
Wow.
and from that time, she dropped her past life and she began a new life as an iconographer. Her message spread everywhere, and he had done lots of icons and proved and so forth to many churches. And if you go to her studio, you will see that their studio is full of icons, private. When you enter, you smell the incense, you hear the church music. You could see her work, the joy of her work in her art. She's an artist. She's a writer.
Writer.
As
Yeah. For those who don't
iconographer,
know, they say
she's the
yeah.
writer as iconographer.
Yeah. For those who don't know, right? They don't call it painting an icon. They write an
They
icon.
write an
right?
icon just like you compose,
Right.
And so she
And pray over
and
it the whole time when they're painting it.
in her work, constantly in prayers to be inspired by whatever she's hearing in the hymnology, for God to bless her, to inspire her to do good deeds, good work, because through this, what is the icon? It's the image. of a person who created after the image of God. So that image is good.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's an iconographer who was well respected, and she has been doing it now since in the mid-90s. And
30
she's some
years.
of her work in our community and certain places in the church. Her husband also an artist. So both collaborated. And, as a son from Palestine, from that part of the world,
Mm-hmm.
building the new church, I want to bring some of the traditions of the old to the new world. And I collected 15 different postcards about Jericho area. And I was able to ascertain X dollars from a parishioner of ours. I don't know if you want me to mention his name or not, but faithful man. I will mention, I don't care.
Okay,
His
yeah,
name is
yeah.
Kuri War.
I know Corey War. Yes.
He paid for that mural, and I assembled them, and Reggie did all the view of Jericho as if you are in a helicopter looking down.
Really?
Yes. So Reggie Jaime did this work, trying to bring the old country, my youth, my childhood, into this mural to point out this is a holy place from the Holy Land here in the middle of Oklahoma.
Where is the mural?
As you go into the church hall,
Yeah.
as you enter the church hall, outside in the vestibule, you will see the big picture.
Right when you walk in
Yes.
from by the offices and
Yes.
stuff? That's okay. Okay.
That's
See?
15. That is
Learn
15
something new every day.
15 pictures that I put together, and Janet and Reggie did that. I used to have a description of everything, but I don't know, it's not there anymore. But that is the work of Reggie Jaime, who put all these pictures together, postcards, the way I wanted. So it has the Mount of Temptation, it has Elijah ascending to heaven, it has Mount Nebo, it has Zacchaeus' trees, it has Hisham Palace, it has the River Jordan, it has the Dead Sea, it has the old Jericho Qumran community, it has Gerasimos Church. I try in my mind to bring...
I did not know that.
You see? And that
everything means something.
That is a lecture in itself.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I said we need to have another one. So I did the other one opposite the chapel. That deals with Jerusalem, with the three priests standing there. It has the Marja'yun, our city where our people came from, Lebanon. It has Nazareth. It has Jerusalem. It has the shepherd field. Okay. It has Damascus Gate. It has Jesus kneeling in prayer. It has the priest, the priest of Father Shukrullah, Na'am Tallah. In other words, the traditions is that the picture of the priest who built a church, there's tradition to honor him. So put the picture of the priest. Father Shukrullah was the first priest. Then the second priest was Father Massid. Well, the third priest is me to build the church here. But I did not want to put my picture. I put my dad's picture, because my dad built churches, and many priests came from this line. To honor my dad, I put my dad, because it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Right.
So there are three priests there: Father Shukrullah, Father Massid, and Father Zachariah. Zachariah represent me, and I feel to honor my dad.
Wow.
Okay, but husband and wife complemented each other in a vision and a dream. First, to become Orthodox, to embrace the faith, and then have this spiritual, physical transformation from sculpture to an iconographer. So he helped her a lot. Both of them work hand in hand, Reggie and Janet.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And that's lots of prayer being said, and no doubt, lots of contemplation. And so His Grace Bishop Basil saw something in that icon that he immediately didn't hesitate. He blessed it, kissed it, said, she's an iconographer. No more live in you now. And she has been.
And how long was the workshop she went to?
No, maybe less than a week. But she already, she did some work of art and other this and that.
Yeah, she had.
As an
she had the artistic.
iconographer, the technique of writing, of writing icons, take special skill, special colors, special paint.
The paints are
whatever they do. So that comes with time.
Yeah.
More practice. And Janet had done wonderful for the past, good. She's been in the church since maybe 1995, something like that. Little more.
And when was that? How long after that was it?
Wasn't too long. Wasn't too long when.
Yeah.
Maybe a year after she joined the church, all this took place, and the discovery of her talent. She has a hidden talent. We dug it out.
Yeah, right. I'm going to make it a point to go meet her on Sunday if I can.
Meet her on Sunday. Nice family, no children. They are, I think they were Roman Catholic before. But anyhow, they are very faithful. They come to church on regular basis. They're kind and they mind their own business.
Maybe she'll agree to come on the podcast. You think they'd do that?
She would.
You think so?
She can tell her story to encourage other people to be like her. Why not?
There's our first guest.
I
think she should be our first guest. I'm going to write that down as soon as we get done here. What a great story, Father. You got more of those, I'm sure. So we'll pick it up next time from there. That was really good. Thanks for sharing that, Father. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us spread the word about the show. So for Father Constantine, I'm Theodore, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Faith of Our Fathers podcast.